Have you ever had a recurring dream? The ones that you've dreamt so many times that you know exactly what's about to happen. To the point that you wake yourself up each time at the same place because what happens next scares the hell out of you. Well, I've had this one recurring dream. Let me tell you about it. I'm in what looks like an old cottage. Kind of looks like the guest house my grandmother used to live in on my aunt's property. It starts with a knock at the door. I go to the door to answer it. I open the door, but there's no one there. So I close the door, turn to go back inside, and I step on a lily pod. It's all green and slimy and stuck on my shoe, so I slide my feet to wipe it off. But each step I take creates another lily pod. And in an instant, the floor is filled with lily pods, then the walls, and the whole room is turned into frogs and slime. I can't breathe. Then I wake up. Like I said, in my early years, at least up to my early 30s, I've had that recurring dream. And I don't know why it was so scary to me, but it was terrifying. So terrifying that I would start to wake myself up at the knock at the door. And I've had this eerie creepiness about frogs ever since. I don't know why, but they just give me the willies. But here's where it got stranger. A few of us were sitting around talking about dreams. My mom, my older sister Denise, and I. Denise, who was 13 years older than me, started telling us about a recurring dream she has. Well, it was the exact same recurring dream I had. Same setting, same sequence of events, and she reacted the same way. She too was terrified of frogs and started waking herself up at the knock at the door. I've never heard of two people having the same recurring dream, especially siblings, 13 years apart. But there we all were, sitting there, perplexed. And it continued to perplex me. And the only thing I can attribute it to was a previous instance I had with frogs. And coincidentally, she too had the same experience. It was in 6th grade biology, where we were required to dissect a frog. I had no problem dissecting a worm, a rat, or a cow's head. But when it came to the frog, I froze. I couldn't do it. I tried several times, but could never bring that scalpel down to touch the frog. But that recurring dream started after that. Again, she too said she had the same experience in biology. I haven't had that dream since my early 30s. And I think it all stopped right after we had that conversation about it. But till this day, I still get the willies when it comes to frogs. And I don't know why we had this same dream, but I thought it was noteworthy enough to share. Maybe somebody can relate or explain it.